felt about the war if you lived back then. I'm just really curious. Again, there's no wrong answer, but like, would you have been for it? Would you have been against it? Would you have thought it was like, great, we need to support democracy? Or would you have been like, this is dumb? Haley.
Sorry, I just felt weird. I said I wouldn't like it because like I'm a girl, so I'd be home by myself.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want my family going over there.
Okay, so you wouldn't want your family going over there. Now, if it was World War II, would you have felt different? So, how are we feeling about the French right now? We're not a fan. If you were a Vietnamese citizen at that time, how would you probably feel about the French? Think about how the U.S. felt about Great Britain when we were still under their control. Did we like them? No. No, and they didn't treat us nearly as bad as the Vietnamese got treated. Okay, so you've got to keep that in mind. From their perspective, they're sick of it. They don't want to be controlled anymore. And they've seen a whole bunch of other people have revolutions. They saw the French Revolution. They saw the U.S. Revolution. They saw the Haitian Revolution. They saw all that stuff happen. And they're like, well, we don't want to be under French control either. Like, why can't we rebel? And then it goes on to talk about why they're creating the Indo-Chinese Communist Party. Okay, it's a party for the working class. Okay, the everyday people. And if you've been treated horribly and there's not really any wealthy Vietnamese, don't you think a working party class kind of sounds appealing? It's run by everyone. It's fair. It's equal. Okay, kind of makes sense why that would be appealing to the citizens at the time. And also, look at number 2 for the, not the second paper, sorry, number 2 on your paper on the back, the things that they were talking about. What does it say?
To make Indochina completely independent.
Completely independent. Remember how we talked about they'd been controlled by Chinese for a while first? Like a really long while. And then the French? At this point, they're sick of it. They just want to be completely independent. They don't want to be under control of anybody else. They want their own country. Again, do you think that's fair?
Yes.
Do you disagree with them wanting to be rid of everything? Okay. Does he mention America in this? Does he mention America being involved in the war? Does he mention the Vietnam War?
No.
What does he call the Vietnam War?
Civil War.
He calls it a civil war. What does that say about it? Yes. Interesting. He says that it should just be, Devontae, turn around, do not talk to Jacob. He says that it should just be the Vietnamese fighting. It's a civil war. It is a war between North Vietnam and South Vietnam. It should not involve other countries. Okay? Yes?
But there might be what they consider a civil war, but there's also causes that other countries could possibly step in.
Well, in some ways, yes, that's true, but you got to figure in the average, everyday South Vietnamese person's mind, does the political opinion, or the opinion of the country's politics, should that really matter to America? No. He's like, it's not your business. We might not like communism, but it's certainly not your business. You know, so there's kind of a, why are you involved, you know, yes?
It's kind of confusing because you would think that they would want the U.S. America to help because...
And I think some did. Some South Vietnamese did want America's help in defeating communism. But just like any civil war, any war in general, does everyone agree with one side? No. Like, it's not going to be all for or all against. You're going to get these mixed opinions. His whole thing is just,